Hello, and welcome back to Dark Souls. You may notice that this is not exactly where I left off last time, and that's because my internet shat the bed and lost a bit of footage. And there's really not a whole lot I can do about that. I'll go ahead and save you the time and tell you what you missed, though. My, My former companion, Paladin Leroy, who helped me properly trounce Pinwheel, the weird guy in the cloak with the 3 masks and several heads. On my way down to... Fuck, where is it? On my way down to the boss fight where Grave Lord Nito is... Ah, here it is. The Grant. On my way down there, for some reason, Paladin Leroy attacked me. Now, of course, I knew this would happen. This is just kind of a thing that happens in this game. But as you can see, I beat him, and now I have his weapon and his shield, but not his armor, which I will be able to get my hands on later. So the Sanctus is kind of unique in that, as you can see, on the right side of the screen, there is my HP. And it is going up by about 2 points every half a second or so. 63, 65, 7, 67, etc. And that's just kind of a special little thing about the Sanctus, which is kind of weird because I don't actually meet the requirements to use it, and yet I have the normal animations of being able to use it, like it's not a problem. So I don't really know what the faith requirement is about. Maybe to use it to hit somebody with, or maybe to get the full protection? I don't know. But let's just read what it has to tell me. A legendary weapon of the Way of White granted to an undead paladin long ago. Once blessed with the protection of a white flame, but its power has all but faded, so that it provides only slight HP recovery. That's kind of an interesting little story behind this thing then, like... I'm not exactly sure what a white flame is supposed to imply. But this is kind of one of the things that I'm a little bit disheartened with when it comes to Dark Souls in general, is that I wish they would just go ahead and have radiant damage be a thing. Radiant or holy or whatever the hell you want to call it, but just holy radiant damage like you have in your Dungeons and Dragons or other typical fantasy RPG things. Like, just, you know, kind of drop the pretenses of it just being magic that's fueled by faith instead of intelligence. Let's see. The Grant as well does have a faith requirement and a massive, absolutely gargantuan strength requirement of 50. But again, it's a faith weapon, so it does magic damage that's fueled by your faith. Whereas my rapier, for example, Velka's rapier is a magic sword in that it does magic damage fueled by my intelligence. Okay. Okay, let's see here. A legendary weapon of the Way of White, granted to an undead paladin long ago. This massive iron can only be lifted by those with inhuman strength, but it is blessed and very effective against agents of the dark. Now, I can't really use this sucker properly, as you can see, but believe me when I say that when you two-hand it, and you do the strong attack, you do the special move where you hold it up like so, and you have this massive, very strong area of effect attack. It's a pretty okay weapon overall. But that's enough of that. I want my sword, and I want... You know what? While I'm thinking about it, I need to test this. Because I can clearly use it, but do I get the full protection when I take damage? I get the protection as is advertised. And I'm only sacrificing a little bit of... like 5% physical damage is getting through to me while I'm regenerating health anyways. So, I mean, it's a pretty worth it deal. It's not bad. I really don't get, like, this faith requirement, like, it's saying that I can't use the shield, when clearly I'm using the shield just fine. Oh, well. Nope, no problems with this shield, as you can see. I do really like the design on it, too. It's unique in that regard. The only thing, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, I always hate when games do this. When, like, you have a magic thing, so now part of your character has to have this obnoxious aura on it. I hated that in Fable, I hated that in Skyrim, and I hate it here. I just don't like it. I don't know. It just bothers me for some reason. So, another thing I'll go ahead and announce is that during the interim, I did go ahead and spend a whole day grinding, just like I said I might do. And now I have one of the best spells in the game. It may not be quite as strong as Soul Spear in terms of raw damage output, but I have 20 of them instead of 4 of them. However, it also lags the game because there's a lot for the game to render at the time. So it's not so good in that regard. If I weren't streaming, it might work a little better. Yeah, let me just see here. Oh dear. Oh man. It's also not great for aiming at aerial foes. That's where Soul Spear comes in, and I also have Crystal Soul Spear. So now, that's the thing though, is that this build is officially, finally, fucking done. Jeez Louise, it took so long to get this shit. Soul level 114, that's probably where I'm going to leave it for the time being. Maybe I'll kind of work a little bit more before going into New Game Plus. I doubt it. I think going into New Game Plus is probably where I'll actually begin to like really worry about having an above tier soul level. So like this right here is more or less like this is typically as high, roughly in the ballpark as high as you ever want to go with your soul level. At least in terms of like a couple things. Number one, for a first playthrough of this character, this is a perfectly balanced soul level to aim for. Going above this, like, A is going to take fucking forever, and B will make a character that is probably a little bit too strong for New Game regular anyways. Going above that maybe is something that you want to do for New Game Plus. By the way, this game has a New Game Plus. Once you beat the game, you can just start the game anew, and all the monsters get a little bit harder, in fact, in so much that they do more damage and take more damage to kill. But that's enough about that. We can worry about that bridge when we come to it. Right now, we gotta talk to this girl. You may remember, she was down in the Tomb of Giants, and she was like, fuck, my guys are dead. And I'm like, yeah, they sucked, didn't they? And she's like, oh, come on, that's rude. And I'm like, well, watch this. And I went over and I punked them sick hard with my sword. And she was like, okay, I mean, fair enough. And I'm like, yeah. At least that's how I remember it. Well, anyways, her name is Rhea of Thurland. I've saved her. Let's see what she's got to say.
Hello. I will never forget what you did. I am deeply indebted. For it was not within my power to save Vince or Nico. I cannot thank you enough. In case you have not heard, I am Rhea of Thurland. I only wish there was some way I could help you. But I am inexperienced and I only know the art of miracles. If that could be of any help, speak to me again.
Good lord. The fucking echo in this room. No, not key settings. Oh my god. Options. Get that voice volume down tick. Okay.
Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that was so. May we discuss miracles then?
So this is now your other source of a miracle merchant in the game. You can get her a little bit early if you decide to just bash your way through the catacombs and thus the Tomb of Giants later on. And you know what? What's the requirement on this? 12? But my faith is at like 11. Damn, I really kind of want to just bump it up to just that one point, just to have this on hand. And maybe this too. And maybe, well, I don't need that. I'm definitely not gonna even get into it with Wrath of the fucking Gods. Ugh. Let's see. She also sells Divine Blessings, weirdly enough. I wonder if it's a limited amount, though. Yep. She sells but one Divine Blessing. Divine Blessings, my god. What a shit show of an item. Goddamn. Holy shit. What a joke. Okay, so... God, I'm getting all turned over myself. Just, so much to talk about. Okay, Wrath of Gods. Primal form of force create a powerful shockwave. Wrath of Gods was an epic tale that tattered over time and devolved into the modern force. The primal form of force emits a shockwave that also inflicts damage. So basically, Shockwave was a miracle that, what's his name? Sigmar of Katarina gave me, and this is the bigger, better, badass version of it that actually does damage in addition to having a Shockwave.
Then be safe. Farewell, Varianox.
I'm not mistaken about that, am I? My faith is at 11. Oh, that's the worst. Ah, that would be so useless because I don't really need that. I would be better off just leveling my attunement and getting one more extra slot, which would only take 5 more levels, I think? Man, that sucks. I want to think about that. Because like I told you before, I have this here this here talisman that scales off my intelligence. I could have a heal miracle on me to boost my healing abilities. That would be so unnecessary, but it's something I would do if this weren't I gotta make this build as efficient as possible. Okay, so Divine Blessings, yes. Okay, do I? Oh my god, I don't even have. This was, wow. So Divine Blessings, fully restore HP and undo irregularities. So basically, it's your full restore, kind of like in Pokemon, where it's like, boom, all your health, boom, all status effects gone. And there are, like, next to none of these in the game. There's, like, 5. Because they're too good. Because if they were just something you could buy, then it would be too easy. Because the animation that plays for you to pop a regular consumable, which this counts as, plays faster than your animation for swigging on your Estus flask. That makes this a better healing item. As well it should be, because it's limited. Holy Water from Goddess Guinevere, fully restore HP and undo irregularities. The Goddess of Sunlight, Guinevere, daughter of the Great Lord of Sunlight, Gwyn, is cherished by all as a symbol of bounty and fertility. Haha, insert giant boob joke here. So, the problem with Divine Blessing is that some players just cannot leave well enough alone. And they're like, yeah, okay, how about I just either A, cheat, or B, use an exploit to get 99 of them? Fucking amazing. And it ruined PvP. Well, it was one of a bajillion things that slowly, over time, ruined PvP, but that's neither here nor there. Hang on a second, I'm just gonna... Whoa. Let's pull you away from there. Let's pull... Hang on, you know what? Let's just... Maybe this will help it. Okay. Let's make sure I'm nowhere near her. Okay. Now, anything else to say there, Rhea?
Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that were so. May we discuss miracles then? Vince and Nico were fooled by a lout named Hatches and turned into hollows. My prayers did them no good. It is my ignorance, my frailty that has sealed their fates. Perhaps Petrus realized my weakness all along, and thus made the decision to abandon me. I can hardly blame him now.
Petrus, huh? So now she kind of reveals, like, So I talked about it before, but when Petrus comes back, he's like, "Oh no, my lady, where has she gone to?" And you can kind of infer by the delivery of his line that he might not be the most sincere about it. And now here she is, like, "Oh, he probably abandoned me because I'm a weak little girl." And it's like, oh, 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 oh. This is one of the great, like, little things about Dark Souls 1, is that this narrative is more or less pieced together by the player and is not something that is so much explicitly told. Is that Petrus is probably a lying sack of shit. Probably.
Vince and Nico were fooled by a lout named my prayers. It is perhaps Petrus realized my weakness all along, and thus made the decision to abandon me. I can hardly blame him now.
So speaking of Petrus and Patches, why don't we go say hi to them? Oh, I know this is going to be the most fun episode yet. Just sitting here talking to NPCs. Oh, but you like it. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna like it. Alright. Now, another detail that I will go ahead and point out before I even talk to Petrus, real quick, is that... Wait, what am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. God damn it. Is that you may or may not, probably don't, that's okay, I don't hold that against you, at the beginning of the game, way back at the beginning of the game, there was all of this shit lying down here, including all sorts of fun things like a talisman, which is something clerics use, a morning star, which is something clerics use, and then all sorts of other fun things like red cracked eye orbs, which is something that clerics don't use so much. And then, over in this chest, there were Lloyd's talismans. Do you remember Lloyd's talismans? Oh, let's see if I can remember the Lloyd's talismans, by which I mean find them. Lloyd's talismans, which prevent Estus recovery. Something that only harms undead people, because people who aren't undead obviously don't need Estus flasks, because they're not undead, and undead use Estus flasks to recover health. How about that? This is kind of a thing, is that offhand, what's-his-face here is asleep. Shut it! Wake up! Fat fuck.
No.
Yes, I know. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so. Petrus.
Oh, it's you. You rescued milady. Well, a pity that is, for it will amount to nothing. For the little madam is not worth her salt without her family name.
And there it is. He was an evil douche nozzle all along.
Come again. The effectiveness...
Okay, that's an old line. Do you have anything else to say, Petrus?
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume? Yes, I know.
So now his entire demeanor is completely different. Completely different. Man.
Come again. The effective...
So now, I have a decision to make. And I know this was going to happen, because I know things about the game. So, if I leave Petrus well enough alone, chances are he will actually go kill her. He will actually do that. Or at least it's implied that he does that, because at some point the series of events will transpire and she will be dead and he'll be like, whatever, I don't care. But I mean, it's implied that it's him, you know? So this really is for the best, Petrus. This...
Why? How could I? What did I do wrong?
You were gonna kill the person you were sent to protect, asswipe. That's what. Drops a couple humanity. So that right there kind of does imply that he's undead, but the whole Lloyd's talisman thing, like all that secret shit stashed right underneath where he is, kind of also implies that, like, maybe he's not undead, but it also implies that he's probably a dickbag. Because, you know, why would he need... Fuck, where... Is Patches not back yet? Patches might not have come back yet. Unless, of course, I need to reset the game. But yeah, Petrus is kind of a dickbag. That's basically what I'm getting at here. Petrus is a dickbag. And he was all along. Patches is not here. I must have to complete the Tomb of Giants before I can get him up here. But that's okay. Now that Petrus has been taken care of, let's go see if Rhea of Thurland has anything else to say. Or, you know, I could be entirely off base, as most people are. I mean, most people could be off base and saying all these things as well. This is just kind of mutually agreed upon interpretation of the story, I should say. Is that Petrus is probably kind of a dickbag the entire time. Like, especially because, like, when Rhea and Nico and Vince are all stuck down there, and, you know, especially with her implying that he abandoned them, I'm losing the train of my own thought. After he abandoned them, as is implied by her dialogue, you know, when you go and talk to him, he's like, oh no, she's down there all by herself. You know, it's kind of implied that, like, he's like, you know, kind of, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudging you. Like, you know, she's all alone down there and defenseless. Someone could kill her and take her things.
I was wondering when you might return. It is a great relief to see you. Now let us speak of miracles.
Nothing else different to say?
Vince and Nico were fooled by my prayer. It is my ignorance, and thus made the decision to abandon me. I can hardly blame him now. Then be safe. Farewell, Varianox.
Okay, so that's that. Now, one other thing I can tell you, and this is kind of just a weird little bit of trivia for you, because why not, is if you leave the Six-Eyed Channeler alive, or if he is still alive, the mini-boss that's here, that is a Six-Eyed Channeler, if you leave it alive, then apparently, and I say apparently because I was only told about this recently, apparently he will actually kidnap Rhea of Thurland, if he is still alive by the time she gets here, and bring her to the Duke's archives. I found that kind of interesting. And it ties right back into everything that's implied by his horrible experiments and him kidnapping clerical undead maiden girls and what have you. No. Alright, let me see here. Where else do I need to go? What else do I need to do? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? There's a lot of things to do. Real quick, what covenant am I in? Doesn't matter. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see here. There's one place I do need to go to in Orlando real quick. And I promise this is not all going to just be, you know, me putzing around, being like, hey, other NPC, what have you got to say about the event, the state of events? So, now that I have the... Oh god, which one is it? Now that I have the Dark Moon's Helm's Ring, let's just go and reread this real quick. This ring is granted to the adherents of Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity, lastborn of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. The Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Orlando. His fellows are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. If I put this on and walk up here, this statue of Gwen disappears. Oh, what could be going on there? Oh, well, we'll just have to fucking find out now, won't we? Come here, you. So now...
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn. Tarnished it shall not be by the feet of men. If thou art a true disciple of the Dark Sun, cast aside thine ire. Hear the voice of mine self, Gwyndolin, and kneel before me.
So this symbol right here is Gwyndolin's symbol. The symbol of the Dark Sun. Okay. So, there's a lot to unpack in regards to Gwendolyn. So, there is various lore and item descriptions that describes Gwendolyn being raised, finger quotes, as a girl for having an affinity for lunar magics. Because in Anor Londo, everyone is all about the sun magics, especially all the men folk. But for some reason, apparently, in Anor Londo, lunar magic is just thought of to be inherently feminine. And Gwendolyn's father, is like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're my daughter now, sweetie. And everyone's just like, oh, okay. There's a lot going on there. So, I mean, it's never really quite established if Gwendolyn is like, yeah, okay, guess I'm a girl now, and is cool with any of this. And if it's not the case, then that's... Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, a man raising his son to be a girl for having a certain affinity for something that is thought of to be feminine. Basically, what I'm getting at here is Gwen is not a good father. Gwen is not a good father. By the way, Gwendolyn is the only one who doesn't have any statues of him. Gwendolyn doesn't even get any statues of him or her. I really am not 100% sure about what pronouns to use for Gwendolyn. In interviews, they have said that, yeah, Gwendolyn counts as being trans, so proper pronoun should be she. But a lot of people use he anyways because... I don't know. So the thing though is like Gwendolyn doesn't get any statues of her even after Gwen's firstborn fucks up and then fucks off and Gwen has all of the statues of the firstborn just taken away. Just get the fuck rid of this shit. So now there's all these empty spaces where there could be a place for a Gwendolyn statue. Still, no Gwendolyn statues. All of this points into this idea that, like, Gwendolyn is probably the abused child in this relationship, and Gwen is probably not a good father. That's what I'm reading into it. And I don't really know what else to say about that, and I'm not 100% comfortable. But even then, Gwendolyn here, as you can see, is still, like, super, like, no, this is my father's place. Back the fuck up and show respect. And I guess I gotta respect that the person still has respect for her father, but, like, I don't know. This whole thing just kind of rubs me the wrong way at the end of the day.
O disciple of the Dark Sun, thou hast journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I shalt protect thee, safeguarding thy person with the power of the dark moon.
Okay, so now we get the Dark Moon Blade, Covenant Ring, and the Blue Eye Orb. Covenant established.
Very well. Now thou art a blade of the dark moon, hunteth the enemies of the lords by the power of the Dark Sun.
The Dark Sun, I'm guessing, being Gwendolyn herself? Fun fact. A Souvenir of Reprisal is the item that you get for this covenant to turn it in to get better ranks. Okay. Let's see, do I get the Dark Moon Blade spell? No, not quite yet. You gotta earn some rank for that. So once you hit rank 1, you get the Dark Moon Blade Miracle? But, let's see here. Let's go ahead and read about that there. Dark Moon Blade Ring, shall we? Answer Son Gwendolyn summoning. Very similar to the Cat Covenant Ring. Answer Helvena's summoning. So basically you put it on, you wait around, and you'll get summoned automatically. But let's see what lore we can glean from this. Ring granted by those bound by Dark Moon Blade Covenant. Answer Dark Son Gwendolyn summoning. Gwendolyn, all too aware of his repulsive, frail appearance. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, retroactively, they're like, oh yeah, no. Gwendolyn is a trans girl. It's canon, so use she pronouns. But, like, the game itself uses he pronouns. So it's just like, fucking from what? Like, decide. Okay. Gwendolyn, all too aware of his repulsive, frail appearance, created the illusion of his sister Guinevere, who helps him guard over on Orlando. An unmasking of these deities would be tantamount to blasphemy. Interesting. How many of those fucking souvenirs of Reprisal do I have? Oh, do I feel like fucking farming for those? I've got 2. Oh, yay. I don't feel like farming for those. But you can farm them in the painted world of Ariamis by killing crow ladies. Now, isn't that interesting? This is a PvP covenant. The way it works is you invade other players, kind of like similar how red phantoms do, except they're blue phantoms. That means they're good guys. Blue Eye Orb invaded the world of player in Book of Guilty. Subdue player to acquire souvenir of reprisal. These mystical orbs granted to the blades of the Dark Moon, knights who serve the Dark Sun Gwendolyn, so that they may serve the gods in meting out vengeance. Cast in the name of the gods, ye not guilty. So one of the things I kind of wanted to point out real quick is that thou hast journeyed far was something that was said to you right away by Guinevere, and it kind of is meant to imply that Guinevere, that big lady person, is actually a sort of holographic puppet, basically. An illusion being puppeted by Gwendolyn. But now that I'm in the Dark Moon Blade Covenant, hey girl, what's up?
Oh, you are one of us. That is a surprise. But a pleasant one. We are both blades of the Dark Moon now. I shall look forward to fighting alongside you.
Okay, got anything else to say?
Go ahead. You may rest here. Even an undead requires repose.
Oh yeah, forgot she can do that. Anything else to say? But also, you notice, again, her demeanor has changed. She said that line before, and it was nice enough, but now she's kind of got that extra, like, ooh, that kind of cooing to her voice.
If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for. If you require rest, that is...
But she's got nothing else to say. So now I'm kind of thinking to myself, Minuet, you just found out the gods are a bunch of fake-ass bullshit. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about that, Minuet? Your eyes say it all. You look like a Darkest Dungeon character. This is going to be something I'm going to have to think about. Like, whether or not the character would be like, hey, this is all a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to do something about it. Maybe that'll be something for toward the end. Before anything else, I do want to grind off screen for some souvenirs of reprisal. Now, I'm going to go ahead and kick this bonfire up all the way to the max. Push it to the limit. And now, I'm going to keep my promise, and this is not going to just be an episode of sitting down and talking to NPCs. I am now going to go fight Calamite. Oh dear God, what am I thinking? Nope, wait. Okay. Now, let's really sit down and think about this magic here. That's not going to help me out a lot. That's not going to help me out a lot. Okay, here's my plan. Here's my plan of attack. Dark Bead. And... oh god, where is it? Humming Crystal Soul Mass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Maybe I don't need this. Maybe I don't... maybe Dark Bead is actually not the way to go. Maybe I don't need the Crystal Soul Spear so much. And maybe I can swap that out instead for... Pursuers. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. One thing I do need to gauge is whether or not... you know what, this weapon's moveset is probably more useful. Because the thing is, I'm at the point now where my super ridiculously high intelligence makes a gigantic difference in terms of how much damage my sword actually does. If I use Velka's rapier instead of the Balderside sword. But yes, now that Hawkeye Golf, heads up 4, etc. Now that Hawkeye Golf has pinned one of the wings of Calamite, I can actually attempt to fight it. And that said... oh, you little fuck. You're going to waste my time, aren't you? Every time these things are going to waste my time. What was I saying? Hawkeye Golf. Yes. Yes. Now that he's pinned this thing... it's the Calamite's wings... I can actually attempt to fight it properly. Now that said, people are tricky. And nothing if not resilient and resourceful. And people have found ways of fighting Calamite properly without Hawkeye Golf's help. I forget the exact method of it, but there are ways that involve... long story short, involves using the Dragon Slayer Great Bow in hitting the fucker. But now... where is he? Ah, here he is. Now this is a proper boss fight that I can actually take on. Okay. Ow. Well, alright then. Uh-oh. I'm as good as dead. Well, alrighty then. I guess that's that. That is the kind of thing you have to look forward to with the Calamite boss fight. I hope you're ready. Alright. I got a brief look at how much damage my Balderside sword did. So I think it was like 135 or something like that. So now I'm going to switch to Velka's rapier real quick and see if that does a little bit more. Because if it does, it's worth using. Not gonna lie, this is one of the tougher bosses in the entire game. Personally, I think it's tougher than Manus, but that's just me, and that's only because he has massive, gigantic area of effect spells that can just absolutely destroy you. Oh, you have a little bit of magic resistance, do you? I wonder if that's indicative of Calamite also having a little bit of magic resistance. That would kind of be a huge problem for me, considering that's kind of the entire point of this build, is magic damage. Oh my god. Oh, don't do this to me. Let's see here. How can I... no. We'll just give it a shot. Well, I think what I'll do this time is I'll go ahead and get Pursuers ready to go right away. Because Pursuers, that's gonna be the real damage that I want. There's a crystal lizard there. God damn it. Fuck. Oh well. I'll come back for you. Get Pursuers ready. Oh. Oh, I see. Fuck me for using magic damage then, huh? Uh-oh. Ha! I did it. Switch to my good sword. Oh shit, it got me. Oh, and it canceled out my Pursuers. That's garbage, man. Come on. That doesn't even begin to make sense. So now I have a debuff on me. This debuff will make me take more damage. Okay. Well, this is going pretty well, all things considered. Oh. Huh. No. No, 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 no. Okay, alright. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, dear God. Ugh. As long as you avoid the bit where he gets super, like... Oh dear. Like that. He can do that eventually. Hi there. That's the one you want to avoid. That's the one you want to avoid. No, 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 no. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, dear. Oh. I got this. Oh, my God, I'm gonna get this on the second try. Ooh. I can't believe this is going so well. Oh! I got it, I got it, I got it. Oh no! Oh! Oh, I keep thinking that's gonna hit me. Oh. Oh, it hit me! Oh! Oh no 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 no. Oh. Come here, you fuck. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Uh-huh. No! Stop doing that, please! Oh, you think you're so good? Whoa. Yeah, how do you like that? Wow. I can't believe I just did that on my second try. I genuinely can't believe I just did that on my second try. And I get all of my fucking shit back that I dropped. Soul Hero. And a fuck ton of souls. Let's see here. Now there's one other thing right over this way. Okay. This thing right here. Goff's Great Arrow. And a developer message. If only Hawkeye were here. I think this is the trick, is you want to back yourself up against this waterfall and bust out yourself a great bow and shoot at him. I think, I really don't remember. But now I'll go ahead and tell you. Hang on, the volume's going to be gone for a minute. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you can cut off Calameet's tail and get a weapon. Okay. It's called the Obsidian Greatsword, and I'm going to read it off the internet now by my cheating. Oh, yeah, I'm cheating so good right now. Oh, yeah. This great sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, is formed by the tail of the one-eyed black dragon Calameet, the last of the ancient dragons. Okay, we already know that's a bunch of bullshit because we have the everlasting dragon that we like to hang out with sometimes. The mystical power of the obsidian blade will be released and held with both hands. While I'm at it, while I'm thinking about it, I never really read up about the blue moon, or the dark moon. No, fuck it, god damn it, the moonlight greatsword. The moonlight greatsword, which you get. Oh my fucking god. No, stop it. Fuck. Which you get by cutting off Seath the Scaleless' tail, something that I've never actually managed to do, and I don't care. The sword of one rare dragon weapons came from the tale of Seath Scaleless, the pale white dragon who betrayed his own. Seath is the grandfather of sorcery, and this sword is imbued with his magic, which shall be unleashed with a wave of moonlight. Ooh, isn't all that so pretty? And I also got the Calamity Ring. Fucking mouse out of here, god damn it. So yeah, now you know that Calameet's name is just a fucking pun. Congratulations. Receive double damage, that's what it does. A ring enchanted by the orange eye of Calameet, the bringer of calamity. Double damage received by its wearer. A useless ring befitting of no finger. Best left unknown, or at least well hidden. Basically, it's all like, you see this thing? That's the debuff he applied to me when he caught me in that command grab psychic power bullshit. Basically, it's all like, what do you mean you want to be even more of a bizarro masochist? Get the fuck out of my face. Fine, here you go. Goddamn. That's probably what the FromSoft developers were saying, at least. I don't know for sure. I would believe it. Let me get my shit repaired, because it probably got, like, all kinds of fire damage on it. Okay, now that that's done with, we get to talk to more NPCs. Yay! Yay! Okay, then. It's okay. It's okay. I'm probably gonna switch my spells back around to how I like them. How I had them. And with this final little bit of dialogue, the DLC will officially be complete. Hi, Goff.
Why? Thou hast defeated Calameet? Wondrously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon thee. That beast will never take to the skies again.
Awesome. You have anything else to say there, buddy?
Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 70 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. At that twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia.
That is hands down one of my favorite fucking lines in the entire game. Got anything else profound?
This great bow, I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, thy need outweighs mine.
Goff's great bow. Which I cannot use because it's way too fucking big. And also, even though he handed it to you, it's still conspicuously right there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my power and
Yeah, okay. So now he is in old dialogue. We're all done with him.
farewell, proud human. May every honor be bestowed upon thee.
Ah. Goff is one of my favorite characters in this game. Like, he's seriously underrated if you ask me. Like, he's just... It's hard to describe. Like, he encompasses so much of what makes Dark Souls interesting, but is also different. Because characters like Solaire and Siegmeyer exemplify what makes Dark Souls interesting, at least from a perspective of its characters. But they also kind of go through the same paces of like, hey, I'm awesome, let's have adventures and it'll be fun. Oh no, everything sucks forever, guess I'm dead now. This guy's different, and like, he's kind of going through those same paces of the woes and what have you, but he's like, accepted it. Whereas Siegmeyer and Solaire and Petrus and Lautrec and all of them represent the struggle and the futility of fighting against the end. Hawkeye Goff kind of represents acceptance. That it's over. That it's not going to be like it was ever again. That you're going to die. That the glory days are done. All that fun shit. I love that so much about him as a character. Great bow used by Hawkeye Goff of Lord Gwyn's Four Knights for dragon slaying. This bow is larger than even those used by the famed dragon slayers. Only their leader, Goff, had the strength to handle it. Oh boy, oh yes. Ah, what do I even do with this thing? Okay, let's put on one of Hawk's great arrows. Now I can do all this shit, but it'll do absolute... Let's see that again. It looks like I'm doing it, right? Holy shit, that's so funny. Oh my god, I've never seen that before, whereas, you know... I always love that animation. Like, if you have the wrong kind of arrow. What do I do? What am I doing with myself? It's so silly. Oh, goodness. Oh, but what was I doing? Oh, yes. Hang on. No, don't do any of that. Let's go sit over here in the corner where nothing bad can happen. And... Give me 1 second. We're going to use the power of cheating once again by looking this shit up online. There is armor. You can get his armor. I'm not going to fight him, though, because that's not what Minuet would do, so I'm just going to be a filthy, dirty cheater and look up the armor descriptions online. Okay. Helm of Hawkeye Goff, one of Gwyn's Four Knights, received as a decoration for knightly honor. A helm crafted specifically for honorable Hawkeye Goff. Only the eyes are packed with tree resin. Wait, shit, I've already done this, haven't I? God damn it. And, yeah, it talks about, yeah, okay, Dragon Slayer and how his armor was made with similar pieces to those of Silver Knight stuff. Okay, so yes, I've already talked about that then. Okay. Let's see here. What else? What else? What else? What else do we need to do? There is one thing I'd like to go check real quick, and I don't know if there is. I want to go see if what's-her-name has any more dialogue. Dusk! I want to go see if Dusk of Ulasil has anything else to say after I saved her a second time. Or if that's kind of it. Right. Yes, okay. Okay. For that, I'm actually going to hit up the Sunlight Altar. Oh, I remember something else I was going to do. Some other cheating that I was going to do in terms of looking up item descriptions. Is that, because of the type of build I've decided to do, I cannot join the Sunlight Covenant. I would love to, don't get me wrong, but I cannot. Because I just don't have the faith required. That's right, in Dark Souls 1, there was a faith requirement. It was not like it was in Dark Souls 2, where it was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, you can do whatever. So, as a result, I'm not getting the Lightning Spear spell, or the Great Lightning Spear spell. So let's see here. So now I'm just going to look up the descriptions online. Let's see here. Okay, so Lightning Spear. Powerful spear of light inflicts lightning damage. Scales with faith. Can be thrown into bodies of water. Cause AoE, puddles, etc. Okay, here we go. Miracle Lightning Spear. Miracle passed down to those bound by the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant. Hurl Lightning Spear. Lightning spears inflict rare lightning damage and are very effective against magic, fire, and most of all, dragons. Yeah, you hear that, Dark Souls 2? Lightning damage does more to fucking dragons, not less, god damn it. Fucking Sin the dragon, son of a bitch, having lightning resistance. God fucking damn it. Stupid bullshit. I'm still mad about that. Let's see here. Great Lightning Spear. Miracle passed down, warrior bound by seven light covenant, blah blah blah. Hurl giant lightning spear, the weapon of the god of war who inherited the sunlight of Lord Gwyn, but had respect only for arms and nothing else. Okay, and of course there is the ever famous Sunlight Spear, which is the biggest, best version in that it does the most damage. Miracle born of the fading soul of Gwyn, hurl Sunlight Spear. In the war that marked the dawn of the Age of Fire, Gwyn wielded these rays of sunlight, which remains fierce even as they fade. Very interesting. So, like, it kind of works its way up from being lightning to just straight up sunlight, which is kind of weird, but it still does lightning damage. Don't ask me how that works. Okay, one other thing. I never did read off the description of Lord Blade's Kieran's armor. Okay. Lord's Blade Kieran. The only way to get her armor is to kill her, similar to Hawkeye Golf, unfortunately. Okay. Comes with the porcelain mask, Lord's Blade robe, Lord's Blade gloves, and Lord's Blade waistcloth. Masks of the porcelain mask. Masks of the Lord's Blade Kieran, one of Gwyn's 4 knights. The Cyclops headpiece is common to all of the Lord's Blades, but Kieran was determined to earn this soft porcelain mask as a unique decoration of honor. This mask is lined with ivory locks of hair. So basically, her mask was unique in that it actually has bits of hair decorating it. Sort of like a plume on top of a knight's helmet, if you would. Robe of the Lord's Blade Kieran, one of Gwyn's 4 knights, a robe common to all Lord's Blades. These deadly women shift nimbly between layers of darkness, etching streaks of gold into the night air, and planting visions of terror into the minds of their targets. So basically, Lord Gwyn's like, yeah, fucking ninja assassins, though. Gloves worn by the Blade Kieran, in common. These deadly women shift nimbly, same description, okay. And probably more or less the same thing on the leggings, yep. And also, because I don't have it, and I can't get it, I'm going to look up the Leo ring while I'm at it and just kind of get all the stuff about the 4 knights out of the way. One of the special rings granted to the 4 knights of Gwyn. The Leo ring belonged to Ornstein the Dragon Slayer. This ring strengthens counters with pierce weapons. His lugged spear is said to have sliced a boulder in 2. Yes, very interesting. So that's kind of all that. On them... Let's see here. Let me get my magic set up back the way I want it to be. One copy of Great Soul Arrow. This, and this. Yep. Okay. Now let's see here. And so this is kind of something, you know, talking about all these 4 knights and all the various things. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You know what? Do I even need to worry about this? Probably not. But yeah, so all the 4 knights. Like, this is just something that Dark Souls really nailed in its execution, is just this idea of, like, these larger-than-life figures, and then you get to go meet them. It's just something that Dark Souls... That wyvern is back. God damn it. I'll deal with you later, maybe, possibly. I would want to get rid of these souls first so I don't lose them and waste my time. This is probably one of the biggest soul drops in the entire game right here, just off of Calamite as a boss fight. There we go. I know this fucker is gonna come over this way. And it's kind of funny to think about, too, because, like, here I am going through this area filled with all these shitty, regular Joe Schmo hollows, and this pile of bricks that implies that they were still maintaining the wall. In fact, here's a broken bit of wall. And, like, thinking about this humble beginning to the video game, it slowly worked its way up to me meeting the most famous heroes in the land. Oh, how dare you. Fuck off. Yep, that's enough out of you. And it all led up to me meeting the fuck was that shit? What is going on? Okay. Well, that was something, I guess. I guess it's because I haven't killed that wyvern yet. It was just like the wyvern spawning in, but that doesn't make sense. Alright. After this, I think we'll just go ahead and go back on down and give Brave Lord Nito a proper talking to. Oh, how dare you survive that with a little pixel of health. I know what I must do. I must use both hands. There we go. Problem solved. There we go. Problem solved. There's our sign. There it is. Hey girl, what's up? You know, now that there's not a fucking Hydra here trying to knock me off into the abyss, and I'm sitting here with the moonlight reflecting off of it so unnaturally brightly, it's kind of peaceful in a way. With the sounds of the water and everything. It's nice. Hi girl, what's up?
I am Dusk of Ulisio. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thy wishes.
So is this new dialogue? I don't know if it is.
My home of Ulisio was reduced to ashes. long ago in my time. I have been alone ever since. But to be summoned thus, and to be of service to thee, it is most rewarding. Oh, forgive me. Such a long past time is none of thine concern.
It seems like she's recycled back to some of her dialogue when you first meet her.
This may strike thine ear as somewhat peculiar, but long ago, in my homeland of Ulasil, I was beset by a creature from the abyss. I would have perished then, were it not for the great knight Artorius. In truth, I saw little of what transpired, for mine senses were already fled. But even still, there was something about Artorius, a certain balance of the humors that quite perfectly fits your semblance. Heavens, could it be that? Oh, dear me. That was Ulasil, many centuries ago. Please excuse my fanciful musings.
So somewhere deep in her heart of hearts, she kind of knows that you did it, and not Artorius. And that's new dialogue. That's new dialogue that was added with the DLC. And... you know, I mean... is there anything else?
This may strike thine ear. Long ago, I would have perished then, in truth, but even still, that heaven...
Yep, no, okay. So, all the same stuff.
If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I wish to be of assistance. May the flames guide thee.
Alright. So that's that. Let's see here. I'm just thinking here. I think I have time to go take care of the Grave Lord Nito. It's not the most difficult boss fight in the game, by any particular stretch. Alright, can I get down into the Tomb of Giants quickly and easily? Yes, I can. But now the question remains as to where this is. And also I'm going to have to rearrange my magic a little bit. Let's go a couple of soul spears, one of these, and I've got 2 spots left, which I will reserve for cast light and fall control. I do have to remember where this is. Okay, I know where this is. I'm just gonna go ahead and rush on through. Let's see if Patches is still here for one thing. Because that'll tell me whether or not he's moved on yet. He is. Okay, there's the problem.
I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations.
Yep, okay. So he's still hanging out here. These things are a lot less scary now that I know that I can do this to them. Fighting those things in earnest with the proper way that you're supposed to do it is a pain. Let's see, this should be one more over here. I love, like, the utter lack of physics as this thing just clips into me. Let's see here, how do you feel about Soul Spear? Ah, a really big fan, I see. This is depressingly easy. I'm not even being disingenuous about this. I think this is, like, kind of disappointing, really. Oh, I guess I could fight one the proper way, finger quotes. Big sarcastic air quotes. My god, leveling up is so expensive now. Alright, actually, I'm going to... no, because I probably don't need it again. It's just mainly used for getting out of here, but even then, you don't really need it. You can very easily get through here without actually dealing with any of these guys. Just like so. Hello? I've not gotten to this yet. Interesting. Hi. Make sure that's not on the hotbar. I don't think it can get to me. Okay, that actually freaked the ever-loving hell out of me. Just I'm trying not to use up my shit while I get into here. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if Velka's rapier would be better for this section. Oh, you little fuck! Come here. Hell no. That's right. Nice. Oh, this section is a bunch of bullshit. This particular slice of level right here is just garbage. So you have this thing, these things. Okay, yes, yes, that's very nice. Goodbye now. Oh, what have you got? My Titanite chunks, that's right, I forgot about that. I wanna see, let's see here. Is this going to be better? See, you're somewhere along these lines. Somewhere. You can fucking see one of the skeleton hands clipping through the level there. You can see it. No, these things don't seem to care too much for magic damage. I'm going to go ahead and get the regular sword back out. Ow, ow. So yes, now you have one of these things closing in on you. It's like, oh, isn't that interesting? Wonder where it's going to go. Ooh. Now you have the archer and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get straight to the archer. Oh, you little fuck. And obviously you're like, oh, I'm gonna go straight for the archer, try and get rid of him. And then, boom, this guy's waiting to kick you off the fucking ledge like he almost just, well, fuck. I thought I could block the kick, but apparently you can't just block the fucking kick. Fucking bastards. Now I have to remember about how to actually get down there in one piece without wasting my fucking time dealing with these big-ass skeleton dogs. Fuck. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's that. Oh, I promise this shouldn't take too much longer. I'm promising that to myself because I'm fucking exhausted. Oh, I have not been getting any sleep lately. I am so tired. I should not have even done this, really. You hear me? I'm doing this for your benefit! That's right. Obviously. Very, very fascinating. Okay. I'll take those souls back, thank you. Ah, the kick just auto knocks you down. That's so annoying. Fuck! It's a good thing I'm really strong in terms of my leveling. Because this would be a gigantic pain in the ass otherwise. Ah, fuck's sake. Alright. Those things are annoying. Guess what's even more annoying? This is a pretty cool area. I've always loved these skeletons that look like they're praying. Oh, look at this. It's more pinwheels. There is more of them. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Isn't this the most fun thing? Oh no, he's gone. He's dead. I've killed another family of father and child. So you can't. Oh my fucking god. For fuck's sake. I'm gonna go in and let you in on a little bit of a secret here. These guys throw fireballs at you, and it's the most annoying shit in the world, which is why I'm doing this. One of them just dropped another one for me. Boom. Oh, headshot. Oh, hit the other head. Oh, hit that third head. Oh, yeah. Bonus points. You're still alive. I don't know who told you you're allowed to still be alive, but you're going to have to stop that now. I've always loved these skeletons that are, like I said, in a sort of praying position. But now you have the silliest nonsense in the world. Little tiny baby skeletons. Little tiny baby skeletons. Yes, I'm not kidding. This is an enemy. And guess what? They're infinitely respawning. Isn't that fun? Look at them. They're adorable. If I remember, there's some kind of weird gag to them. Oh, yes. They cause toxic damage, because of course they do. So the problem is not so much that they are any kind of real threat on their own. It's that because they are infinitely respawning, especially down here in this water, where you can see they spread up like daisies, you very quickly become surrounded on all sides. Oh, fuck's sake, there's another one. And another one. No, 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 that's enough out of you now, thank you. Huh. No, 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 sweetheart. Ugh, you're dropping things for me. It's gonna make me have to stop and pick things up. The Mask of the Child. White Titanite chunks. White Titanite chunks. That's right. Killed entire families. Another Mask of the Father. Alright, let's see here. There's some other fucking items around here. Oh, there's another mask. Oh, no, it's White Titanite chunks. Let's see here. Oh, excuse me, tiny baby child. Let's see here. Trying to remember how to go about getting some of these items. Oh, hello. Here's one way. Oh, hello. Yeah, I guess that would cut out a lot of the middleman now, wouldn't it? Let's see here, and down over this way is where you get the White Titanite slab. So if you're doing a divine weapon, an occult weapon, and all that other shit, at some point I should really, really explain the upgrade paths for weapons and what have you. Oh, the only thing is, I don't fully understand some of them myself, because it's so nonsensical. Now, why did I quit Fall Control, you might be asking yourself? 'Cause this shit, this fucking bullshit right here. God damn it. Because this fucking bullshit right here, this is, I've always despised this so much. You have to take a fall and take damage in order to get into this boss fight. It's the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever. Fuck that shit. Fuck your garbage, Nito. Here we go. No fall damage from me, you prick. Because I'm smart. I made a mage character. And on top of that, oh, he does that almost immediately. And he's got ads, because of course he does. And guess what? They're the types of skeletons that get back up, unless you do divine damage, which I don't have my spear equipped. And that fucking shit, which is super hard to avoid. Fuck, and now I'm toxic. Alright, this is gonna be one of those days, I can tell. Excuse me one moment, sir. Excuse me while I fucking destroy you. One thing that I always thought was really fucking cool about Nito is this giant shroud of what looks like humanity just surrounding him. Yes, yes, I'll be right with you in a second, Mr. Skeleton. And that's why you play a fucking mage build. Because if the game is gonna be a cheap little fucking prick, then you can be the same. Right back to it. Ugh. Get one of these in here before I die. Fuck's sake. This boss fight, for some reason, always made me feel like really unnecessarily amounts of salt. Possibly because you have to take fall damage to even get into it. And then immediately, he follows up with a move that can hit you from the other side of the fucking boss arena, where you can't see it coming, and your only clue is an audio cue that plays 3 seconds before the fucking hit hits you. It's just, oh, there's so much, there's just so much shit going on here. And, let's see here. Okay, bequeath Lord Soul, soul of Grave Lord Nito, first of the dead. Soul of Grave Lord Nito, first of the dead, this Lord's soul was discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Grave Lord Nito administers the death of all manner of beings. The power of this soul is so great that it satiates the Lord Vessel despite the fact that much of its energy has already been offered to death. So now that I killed Nito, I can no longer be in Nito's covenant. Fucking... Like, it's weird, right? The game's like, hey, would you like to pledge yourself to this boss that you have to go fucking kill later? Okay, sure, why not? I don't know. I always thought that was a weird aspect. And this is where you get Paladin Leroy's armor. And it's pretty fucking cool looking. If I can find it, wherever the fuck it is. Okay, here we go. It is also extremely goddamn heavy. But it's pretty fucking cool looking. You've got to admit. Let me see here. Bada-bing. But more to the point. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I gotta put on the helmet. I've gotta put on the helmet. At least once. Fuck, where is it? God damn it, this shit. I walked right past it. I moved right past it. It's a pretty cool looking helmet. It's not exactly the most realistic helmet because, holy shit, brother, how do you see? The answer is you don't. You don't see. You don't see anything. Helm of Leroy, Paladin of the Catacombs. Long ago, the Way of White produced its first undead, a paladin in golden armor. With legendary treasures Grant and Sanctus, Leroy set out for Lordran, land of the gods, in the first undead mission of the Way of White. So the Way of White has been sending undead clerics and paladins and all those other, like, divine subclasses that you can think of. Just then throwing them at the fucking place. Long ago, undead, blah, 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 same thing. Just for fucking ages now. Wow, this is way heavier, but it's also way better. But it's also way heavier, so I can't really wear it. How unfortunate. But this all does kind of bring me back around to the beginning of this video, where I'm like, hey, you know, isn't that weird that Paladin Leroy helped you out? He helped you get into the Tomb of Giants, and then as soon as you're about to go finish the Tomb of Giants, he's like, hey, guess what? Give me your lunch money, nerd. And I always found that kind of weird and interesting. Like, what? Like, even though Paladin Leroy is kind of a non-character, like, what does that say about him? Oh, gosh. The only thing I can think to do is... Because I'm at the point where... You know what? Getting this to be an even number when all of my stats are even numbers except my faith. Just that one single point in faith. So I can use heal. Which I'm never going to do anyways. I don't even know why I want to do it. That tiny little bump to my equipment load. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. That little extra endurance. But also because the stats that I give a shit about should be even numbers. That's how it should work. Maybe sometime in the future for this character I'll worry about, you know, more attunement slots. But yeah, even though Paladin Leroy is kind of a non-character, there's just that little interesting wrinkle in him. Like, he helps you, and then he turns around and betrays you. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Why? Who is Leroy? Why would he do this? I've heard some theories that talk about, like, well, I mean, if you look at Nito when he approaches you, he's got, like, what appears to be this shroud of darkness surrounding him, kind of like a mantle. And some people have theorized that that weird mantle is itself humanity. And, like, maybe, you know, this shroud of humanity is in some way how he's bribing people like Leroy to do his bidding. I don't know. It's all weird speculation when it comes to Leroy because there's nothing really like about him in the game. Just that he's, you know, an old motherfucker that came here a long ass time ago. And that's kind of it. But still, just that one... Just the mystery of it has haunted me to this day. And on that delightful note, that's where we're going to end things. So next time, there is one last Lord Soul to find, and then we can go beat the game. No, I'm not kidding. This is almost done. I can't believe it either. So thank you for watching, thank you, and good night.